Visit ccgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more.
Hey, what is going on, Poké fans? Welcome back to Rogue Deck Building channel. In today's video, we're looking at No Energy, a deck. This is a Persian featuring Meowstic, or let's just call it a Saturday deck. So, what's so special about this deck? Well, the special thing about this deck is this Persian Gathering of Cats ability, which says that you can ignore all energies in the attack costs of each of your Pokemon in play that has the Saturday attack. So as long as you have Persian in play, you can attack for free with your Glameow, you can attack for free with your Litten, and you can attack for free with your Meowstic with that perplexing eyes for 70, and then the weakness next turn will be applied as well, which means that with, for example, Choice Band, you can strike for 200 if it's the GX on the other side of the field, and that's just insane because you can one-hit knock almost every GX except for the Wailord with 2 shots. Deck list pretty much straightforward. Go straight forward with it. You need to set up your Persian in play, and then once you do that, you can pick between attackers to use. You can go with the Meowstic, you can go with your Litten, or you can go with your Glameow. The good thing about Litten is the fact that you can strike for like 90 with it. You can go with a Choice Band for 90, and you don't depend on the evolution Pokemon. With the Glameow, you can snipe the bench, for example, and with the Meowstic, you can just strike for the weakness at the end of your opponent next turn if he is not able to retreat. I decided to attack in this deck as well as one copy of Ditto, just because I can evolve into Persian or my Meowstic from the Ditto. Then I'm playing one copy of Mew with the bench barrier, just because, you know, Wheezing and Demi Spread is still around. 2 copies of Let Loose Marshadow, and also 2 copies of Jirachi with the Stellar Wish. I decided to play this deck with 4 copies of the Crushing Hammer, so I can have backup disruption with hammers. 1 copy of Field Blower, why not? 4 copies of Mysterious Treasure for the setup, as well as 3 copies of Nazball and 3 copies of the Ultra Ball. In addition to that, I'm running also 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher for the Pokemon Recycle, 2 Shrine of Punishments, and 1 Wondrous Labyrinth, because why not? You can have Wondrous Labyrinth advantage over your opponent. For the draw support, 4 copies of Cynthia, 4 copies of Lillie, and then I'm running 2 copies of Guzma and 1 of each Tensor Strategy, because it's a very good card, why not to use it, and 2 copies of Morty, which can sometimes be very cool and very useful, especially if we have board set up and if our opponent managed to knock out one of our Meowsticks. We can use that Morty as advantage and shuffle 2 cards from our opponent's hand back into his deck, and 2 of each Choice Band, Escape Board, and spell tags for the different approaching of the game. In some situations we might need Choice Band, in some situations we might be benefit from the spell tag, and of course Escape Board, always good for that, and Jirachi for retreat. So this is the deck list that I'm going to use in today's video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you already didn't, which will definitely help me a lot, and I would really appreciate that from you guys. So let's move to some game tests so you can see this deck in action. So see you in the game. Alright, so today's video is really unique because I'm playing the deck that have no energy cards inside of it. It can basically hit for free as long as you have that Persian with Saturday ability in play, and my opponent is playing some type of the Caesar deck on the other side. Even Caesar has resistance. It can also have weakness once you hit your opponent with evolution of Espurr. So he also played Lucario and Melmetal. They also have minus 20 resistance on the Psychic decks. And there's the Ultra Ball. So Guzma and Rescue Stretcher discarded. That's not bad at all, because I can have 1 threat less on my bench. I would love to see turn 1 energy attached from my opponent's side of the field, so I can at least use my Crushing Hammer and hope to get hands on the coin flip. There's a Guzma play, really interesting. Actually, he just passes the turn. Alright. Well, at least I have some options there available to use. Let's go with a Lillie. I'm gonna put Ditto as well as another Meowth, actually first Meowth in play, and then I'm just gonna end my turn by passing it onto my opponent. Looks like he bricked without a draw supporter, but he has Caesar. Alright, and the Cynthia, so he had Cynthia, or maybe he just top decked it. I don't know, it's hard to think that... Okay, adventure pack, so... how much? Minus 20, and with Metal Frying Pan and with Full Metal Wall. Okay, it's gonna be very interesting to watch this game because my opponent can literally reduce the damage for like 30, 50, 80. So how I'm gonna actually deal a damage to him if he has so many resistance? Well, one thing is for sure, Shrine will be my best friend. Shrine will help me to deal some damage. Meanwhile, I managed to top deck a Persian. I also have Crushing Hammer. And it is a very important hands and coin flip. And I'm gonna play Cynthia. So I can attack, for example, I can draw a card, basically. That's the best thing that I can literally do. Or we can try to get something out with a Marshadow. And when I think twice, this is maybe not the worst idea in the world. But since my opponent only had one card in his hand, I'm just gonna draw a card. I really don't know what he have in his hand, so I'm just gonna risk. And basically the play that I'm going to do for the next turn will be Guzma with my Litten, and then I'm gonna use my Big Bite for 60, and then my opponent won't be able to retreat. So he switched somehow onto the Jirachi. And this is a tag team, so if I knock this Pokemon out, I'm drawing 3 prize cards, and this is the way to go. Literally, he drew that Eric Hospitality for like 5 cards meanwhile, and his hand is huge right now. But he have Triple Caesar GX in play. So, with Triple Caesar GX in play, and Ace Roller being around, alright, so I'm warned there by the Ace Roller. Right now, knowing that he's playing Ace Roller, I guess that my best bet is just to target probably no one, because it's not even worth to attack in this case. Yeah, really, it's not worth to attack. He have Ace Roll already, so I can expect to see him. Alright, actually, screw that. We're gonna go for a Guzma play. Right there. I know it's gonna be reduced the damage by a lot, but I'm gonna Big Bite him. I mean, I'm doing just 30, and that's it. Does this says that he have no weakness? It does not. And there's another Erica and a Pokegear, so does this say that probably after reducing the damage? Okay, so still being for the knockout. Alright, let's go with a Espurr in the front. His hand is huge right now, and it's time for the Marshadow let loose. Literally, I just need good strong top deck here with the Marshadow. The 10 Surge, not quite sure if it's the good one. So I'm gonna just play my Mysterious Treasure for now, for that Jirachi into my Meowstic. And I'm gonna use my Crushing Hammer. Hopefully I'm gonna hit hands in the coin flip. And somehow I did that. And I'm gonna draw 3 cards. Because I have nothing available. I simply need something. Like a Morty, for example. Okay, so there's another energy and a skateboard, and he's going for like 80. So not enough for the one-hit knockout versus Meowstic at least, that's something. And there's a Steel Wing, so I barely survived somehow. And I'm gonna have another Meowstic here. And Mystery Treasure as well. Right now I'm just gonna hit for nothing, but at least he had weakness next turn onto the Psychic Pokemon, which means that I can actually try to go with another one and knock him out. So for how many damage he can reduce? Actually, he's reducing. No, it's just impossible for me to do any kind of damage to my opponent. But I think that he have no stadium cards in play. And the only way that I'm gonna win this game is just by decking him out. Literally, this is the only way to go. Alright. So I did spread some damage. And also this Litten can potentially help a little bit. I will definitely try to attack. Oh, okay, that was a big mistake actually. Oh, Fry Pan can be discarded right now. That's the big deal. Okay. So what if I use my Mystery Treasure, and what if I have another Marshadow being in play around for that let loose? Alright, so this might end up as a good turn. If I can find double Morty, maybe I can disrupt my opponent dramatically here. Well, there's the one, so definitely not bad. He won't definitely need these two cards, that's for sure. You don't need that. And then I'm going with my Lillie. We'll try to find more resources. And that's it for now, I guess. I'm ready to go with my Perplexing Eyes. And I'm not quite sure for how much I'm hitting him. For nothing? Literally? Just seriously? Like, how in the world am I gonna win this game if I can't deal enough damage to him? So there's another Steel Wing. And yeah, I definitely need to put some pressure. And this deck does 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, GX or EX. I don't know, I mean, Shrine of Punishment right now is my best friend. Literally, the only option that I have available right now is that Shrine of Punishment. So, let me see something. I can basically play a Nazball, and I need that Rescue Stretcher plus a Choice Band so I can take the knockout. And then he will knock me back. I have only one Persian, which is also a little bit risky to play. But tell you what, I'm gonna discard my Lillie here, and I will grab myself a Meowstic. I think with the Choice Band I can potentially knock him out. But maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, I'm just confused. I don't even know how many damage I can do in this way. So Cynthia needs to be played. And I need that Choice Band to play. So can I even deal any damage in this way? I have no clue, to be honest. I'm hitting right now for 100. Minus resistance, minus 20. But he should be weak, for God's sake. At least he should be. I don't have Meowth in my discard pile, which is pretty sad. So if he knock my Persian out, that's a GG. Okay, so finally I knock him out for 120 because of the weakness, and I'm drawing 2 prize cards. There's a Meowth, and there's a Crushing Hammer, which is not bad at all. Man, Another Shrine will chip some damage. Yeah, both choice bands are in play. And there's a Frying Pan. And 3 more prize cards for my opponent, so Guzma is my best option right now. Right here. So this is gonna be a Rescue Stretcher play. Yeah, for sure. Rescue Stretcher. So I can shuffle back 1 copy of... Okay, we'll do this. And then I'm ready with my Ultra Ball. Alright, for the Litten, I do have Crushing Hammer. Unfortunately, Tails. And yeah, let's just go with the Guzma. Let's try to get the knockout there. I mean, it is enough for the knockout. So I'm down to 2 prize cards. He decided to promote Jirachi, but I think I actually made a mistake in this way. Oh, maybe not, because right now he have that Scyther and a Stellar Wish, and he have 140. I would probably win the game. Okay, so if I actually attacked this Caesar, I would probably win the game. Or maybe I wouldn't. Even with the weakness, even with so many damage being spread with the Shrine, I'm still gonna lose this matchup, which is just insane how strong this Caesar really is. So he's down to 1. And I'm desperately trying to see if there is anything in the world that I can still do in order to win this game. I think there's literally nothing. You have 2 escape ropes. Do you even need to take something on the bench, like Jirachi maybe? And what if I play Lillie for 5? There's a Morty a little bit too late. So if I'm hitting for 70, then again, with the Frying Pan, yeah, so he don't even have weakness because of the Frying Pan. This deck does 60 damage to one of your opponents. Yeah, this is literally my only chance to deal some damage, but still I can't do anything. And I can just hit for nothing, and that's the GG. That's the GG. Even with 30 more damage right here, actually without, yeah, he had Frying Pan, so even if I attack with my Litten, it doesn't matter too much because he wouldn't have weakness anyways. And unfortunately that's the game. So yeah, I mean, I had a lot of good cards in my deck available to basically counter my opponent. Like I had those Crushing Hammers, plus I used my Shrine of Punishment. I couldn't get my Wondrous Labyrinth unfortunately, so he can have 1 energy attack more. I did hit him once with the Morty, also that spell tag didn't help too much. Yeah, I was just not too smart by spreading that damage on those benched Caesar, which actually cost me the game at the end. So yeah, that's unfortunately GG, but you actually witnessing the power of the Caesar with that Frying Pan and post rotation. It's gonna be very interesting to watch Caesar post rotation, so that's the GG. Okay, so I won that coin flip, and I'm gonna start first. Well, really interesting opening hand. Nothing that I can actually... I mean, I can't be happy with the Mew if I don't play against something that can actually spread the damage or hit on the bench, because Mew, it's just not good because it just takes a bench space. But still, I mean, not the worst thing in the world. I can always let Mew in the front, and I can let my opponent to knock him out, and then I can just, you know, clear some bench space. But probably my opponent won't be dumb to target my Mew with those Persians and Espurrs anyways. So I can draw 2 extra cards, Crushing Hammer and Ditto. Well, that's a good way to start the game. And Blacephalon, and Jirachi, and a Shrine of Punishment, which I won't need anyways. Let's go with for the beginning, for that Mystery Treasure play into one Espurr, and I'm gonna definitely let loose my opponent down to 4. But before I actually decide to do that, I'm gonna Ultra Ball just in case for one more Meowth. And my bench space is actually full right now. I still didn't play supporter card, so I hope for the Lillie. There it is. Alright, so definitely good call for the Lillie play here. 5 extra cards, and I'm done for now. I'm not gonna play anything else. I just need to find a way to switch my Mew somehow. Well, it's just impossible. The only way that can actually give me the switch will be a Guzma or my Escape Board, but I didn't get any of these 2 cards yet so far. And I would still love and prefer to have Escape Board and Jirachi instead of the Mew anyways, so yeah, I might be knocked out here, and I hope I will be knocked out here. Great exploration for Welder and Fireflint. I hope my opponent will actually knock me out there. I will benefit from that knockout actually, because then I can promote Jirachi, and I can get rid of so many cards from my hand, and then I can play Cynthia, and still have that Stellar Wish available for Escape Board as well. It will be definitely an interesting matchup, no doubt about it. There's the Fire Energy, he will use Blazer, and will he hit the jackpot with the Energy? I hope he will, and unfortunately it's a Terminator, so he won't. Okay, just a 10. Alright, I mean, it is how it is. At least I'm gonna evolve, and at least I'm gonna try to slow my opponent by a little bit here with my Crushing Hammer. Will be the heads. I'm not gonna use my Glameow here, so let's just discard this card from our hand in order to play that Cynthia. And I'm hoping for a retreat option here. There it is. Choice Band is also not needed in this matchup. Why in the world I attach Choice Band to my Meowstic? I have no clue about it. But I'm hitting for the 70. And next turn I can knock this Blacephalon out. And I also managed to find a Guzma. That's a good play. Without energy on the Blacephalon, right now my opponent needs Welder plus energy from hand, and we all know that he have those cards available in his hand. But he rather decided to target something on the bench with the Guzma, so he will try to knock my Jirachi out with his Blazer. And he have very good chance to do that. It is a Beast Energy, so he couldn't do that. Still, I think Stellar Wish is a way to go here. Shrine of Punishment, not gonna need it. We'll use just that Field Blower. So I'm gonna play Guzma, and I'm gonna promote my Meowstic here. Then I'm gonna get rid of my Choice Band. 1 card less, why not, if I can. And I'm hitting just for 70. But it is actually more than enough for the double hit knockout here. And there's another Meowstic. So as long as I have my Persian on the bench, and as long as I have Ditto, I don't need to worry too much. Because I also have Meowstic available in the front. There is the Ultra Space, a bit too late because I already discarded my Field Blower. Never mind. I guess I should wait for like a turn, but it's okay. There's a Welder. Well, he can drop 3 cards. Will he get Fire Crystal or Fire Flint? I have no clue. Well, he have Fire Crystal. More than enough for the knockout. 2 energies is the way to go. And the big problem is that my opponent can go for the 1-hit knockout, where I can't go for the 1-hit knockout. This is the only thing that literally considers me a little bit. Because I need to hit twice in order to knock him out. And this is a very tough decision, because I can't risk here by promoting my Jirachi. I need to go all in here by taking the knockout. And look what was the top deck. It was a Escape Board, which is just ridiculous. And right now it is it is a time to put this Escape Board down, as well as to play my Rescue Stretcher and shuffle back, again, another risky play. Shuffle my attackers back into my deck, and then I can go with a Lillie for 4. Wondrous Labyrinth sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a plan, I should say. What to do next? Hit for 70. Put Litten on the bench. Yeah, I guess. So we're hitting for 70. Well, no sign of the Crushing Hammer, unfortunately. Crushing Hammer would be so amazing here if I have it. One Crushing Hammer would change the game dramatically because I would force my opponent to attach basically another energy with the welder. And there's a Green Exploration. I mean, he probably can't wait to start using those B-strings anyways. Heat Factory, Wishful Button. Alright, GG, I guess. Again, next turn I can swing for like 60. It will be more than enough for the knockout versus his Blacephalon. I burned my Field Blower just too late because I didn't expect to see Wishful Button. And I completely forget about the Wishful Button, to be honest. I mean, I built the deck with the Blacephalon playing 4 copies of Wishful Buttons. I published it to my YouTube channel like maybe 2 weeks ago. And I didn't pay attention to the Wishful Button. But never mind, I mean, still the game is not lost. It's not lost. It's far from the lost, but the biggest concern for me right there, right now, I also discard my GX attacker. Retreat to Blacephalon. Seriously, will he try to gamble with the Bursting Burn or maybe with the... So he didn't have energies to pay attack cost. And that's the interesting thing because right now I have Blacephalon GX in the front. And the only thing that I can do, I can just hit for 70. And right now Blacephalon has weakness, so if he can't move him on the bench, I will definitely be in a huge advantage. So there is a welder, and he needs also energy from hand to pay retreat. No, he will actually decide to attack with Blacephalon instead. Very, very clever, smart move, but then again, you need to pay 2 energies in order to knock my Meowstic out. Not sure in which direction this game will go. I can strike for 60 next turn with my Big Bite. 2 more Wishful Buttons. Alright. I mean, for my opponent, the best thing is just to Burst Burn, I guess, and to risk. But then again, I'm gonna flip heads or tails for sure. I'm gonna go with my Perplexing Eyes anyways, in hope to hit him for the knockout. This is a beast energy. There's the energy from his hand. And he played Heat Factory. If I only didn't need to waste a bench space for that Mew, the game would go in a different direction for sure. He did play support a card this turn. Yes, he did. And Mind Blow. So he actually decided to go for the knockout there. I don't have response. But I like the fact that he is attacking me with his Blacephalon. He is preparing for the B-strings for sure. There's no doubt about that. Oh, Guzma is a top deck. If I can take 1 knockout there, I would definitely go for it. I mean, why not? If I can. So, still a wish for a Crushing Hammer. Ooh, but then I open him a B-string play. Then I actually open him a B-string play. I'm not sure if it's a smart to knock him out. So what if I just draw myself a card? And it is another Crushing Hammer. Alright. Nah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is gonna be good for me. There's another welder. Maybe I can somehow try to trick him out to force him to discard all of his energies that he have, but nah, at the end, too many wishful buttons. I think in the end that the better option would be just to go for the knockout versus this Blacephalon. Yeah, right now he's just going down to 2 price cards and that's going to be it. I can't say that that was a mistake or misplay. I just didn't count that he will have every single turn welder in his hand. I mean, yeah, the truth is the deck is just based around welder and 4 copies of welder, that's for sure, but still. Fire Flint for 3 more fire energies. And what's the next step? I mean, still he needs to have some energies for that Fireball Circus. Still he needs to discard them. I mean, this game can still be... I can still win this game. I know that I can still win this game. I just need to take the knockout this turn, and I also need Spell Tag. And then I actually have good chance to win this game. So there is a Choice Band. And a Crushing Hammer. Alright, 1 less energy to be moved. I don't want to put this Choice Band in play. And I need to use my Still Wish for Morty. Why not? Actually, how good that is. I'm knocking this Blacephalon out, and for the next turn I don't have a Attacker then in play. Yeah, and that's actually not smart play at all. So I'm actually forced to use my Cynthia. Maybe I can get my... okay. Nazball for a Espurr. 1 less card in my hand. There's a Litten Surge, so I kind of like that. I will have enough for the knockout, but unfortunately I couldn't get Stadium card. So I'm knocking him out. He can move those 2 energy cards somewhere. Spell Tag can potentially help me to knock that Blacephalon out, the GX one. As expected. There's a Cynthia. Alright, I'm gonna have that big turn with Litten Surge strategy. But still, how to knock this Blacephalon out. Maybe I can win if I can surprise my opponent with Marshadow Morty play. That would be so badass if it's gonna happen. Another energy attached. Again, he's very limited with the resources. And he played 4 copies of Welder. I wish I only have my Field Blower available, but I don't. He can also use the B-String as well. And those B-Strings will actually change the game dramatically right now. Oh, no energies. Oh, right. So, maybe he have them. No, another B-String played. No energies. Means that he have plenty of energies in his hand. He have. So I'm focusing that Blacephalon on the bench because I'm hoping that I can knock him out. Okay, another Nazball. There are 2 Mortys in my hand. I'm gonna play my Litten strategy. And I'm basically going for my Guzma play here. How many Guzmas do I have? No Guzmas remaining. Well, then that's the GG, unfortunately. If I don't have Guzma, I don't know how I can win this game. Well, that's just bad. But I can still at least try for the fun. To go with my Let Loose and see if I can get maybe some crushing hammers or something like that. Looks like I can't. I can still play this Mystery Treasure. Spell Tag. Choice Band. Shrine of Punishment. At least one Morty would be nice. So I think I'm gonna first go with a Cynthia and then I will try to dig out that Morty. Greater chance for that. Alright, there it is. There is a Morty. So let's see what he have in his hand. He have Guzma and Fire Energy. But if I throw out from his hand Fire Flint and Green, I mean, still he's just shuffling those cards back. And there is a Shrine of Punishment. Maybe if you just don't top deck anything, I win this. Who knows? Still, I'm gonna hit for 70. And right now he had weakness, and he literally needed just energy top deck or something in order to use energy. But I know that he have Guzma, and there's a Fireball Circus, so it looks like he have top deck energy card. Alright, so I actually did my best, but he top deck energy. If he didn't have top deck energy, who knows, maybe still I would stand the chance to win the game, but unfortunately, nope. It didn't happen. So 0-2, 2 defeats. Today's testing with this no energy attack deck. So yeah, I mean, I'm not disappointed with it. It is a really cool deck that probably can be even a little bit better with a little bit more testing and with a little bit more tweaks and techs. But overall, it is a very, very unique and fun deck to be played. It's not expensive to build as well, which is a plus side for this deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more future videos. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. So till then, have a nice day, and see you next time.